Welcome back. We are making another item from my fall wish list that I shared a couple weeks ago, and today is the cargo pants. I've been wanting cargo pants for a couple months now, and I know just the pattern I want to use. I know a lot of you guys have joined this channel from my Sewing Summer Trends video, and I made those Scandi pants, and that's exactly the pattern I want to use for the cargo pants, except with a few minor alterations to it. Now, before we continue, I just want to say a quick little thank you for subscribing and being here. It really means a lot. I have been in the fashion industry for probably I don't even know now, 10 years or so. I learned to sew when I was little from my mom, but I ended up going to fashion design school, but that's where I learned most of my technical skills and pattern drafting and everything. And now I just love to sew items for myself and decided to start sharing that on YouTube with you. So if you are enjoying my sewing project and it inspires you as well to start sewing, then please like, comment, and subscribe because it really means a lot. And I'm really excited to see where this takes us. But let's get into the cargo pants, and I'm going to show you my inspiration and the idea of what I want to make. I was doom scrolling on Pinterest a while back, and I saw these cargo pants from, I believe it's actually the Frankie Shop. Love the Frankie Shop, but the prices are a little out of range for me, so I just pin it and keep it in mind so I can make things myself. I love the aspect of the oversized giant pocket on the side, but also, and mostly the thing I loved, was the little band at the ankle, so you could kind of play with the shape and the silhouette of the pant. Either you keep it wide or you can button it a little bit more tight and have it just a different silhouette. I just love that it's kind of two different looks, and it's such an easy little thing to add. The pattern I'm using for the base of this cargo pant is the one from Puff and Pencil. Now, it is called the Versa pant, and it's all rolled up in here. I printed it all out, put all the pieces together, and of course it has sizes like extra, extra small to extra, extra large, all in one pattern piece. Rather than cutting out the size I wanted, I just went ahead and traced the size I needed and made my own pattern piece. So this I just used basically as a template for any size I need now that it's printed and taped together. I made these pants this past summer, which you probably saw in my other video, except I didn't add the pockets. It doesn't have butt pockets, it doesn't have the side, it just has these inseam pockets, and then I added the ties just for fun. So it's the basic shape of the pant, but we're just gonna add all the pockets to it and then add that extra detail at the bottom here. I'm not sure where yet. That's something we'll have to figure out when we do a fitting. This is the fabric that I thrifted a few days ago, and I thought it would be such a cool print for cargo pants. It's very autumn colors, but also more subtle, not so in your face. It's a nice thick stripe. I love it. It has a bit of a line across, which I'm not sure what it's from, but it's across the whole piece, and then it doesn't reappear later on in the fabric. But I want to try and place it, if I can, in an area where it looks intentional. If it grows across the whole knee area, then at least it looks like it's supposed to be there. Of course, I don't have much fabric to play with for placement, but we will make do. There is one thing though, there's a bit of a wonk to the fabric. It's just not sitting perfectly lined up when I lay it flat on the table. So I'm just going to pin through the stripes just to be sure that everything's lined up, so when I'm cutting all the pieces that they stay exactly on grain. All my pieces are cut out. I'm going to first see how it all fits before I decide if I'm going to expand the side pocket. This is the one that goes by your knee. I wanted it to be a lot bigger, but I want to see first if the pattern fits, because I also need to add that little band at the bottom. So we're gonna just do a rough flat lay before anything. I think that little stripe in the fabric is gonna come across the top back pant, but it will be kind of covered by the butt pocket, so I think it's okay. Okay, so pockets here. Oh, actually, how big of a pocket is this? Before I make it bigger, maybe I should see the proportion on the actual pant. Okay, actually, I think I'm just going to keep the pocket as is, because I guess You know what? I'm gonna trust the people who made the pattern and made it proportional. Like, that's a pretty good size. So, you know what? I'm not gonna change. Everything is cut, got all my pieces here, but now I'm just trying to figure out the piece for the bottom, just because I realized I need to sew the outside seam first so I can put that side pocket on. When it's still flat, it's easier to construct, but the outside seam is also where I wanted to put that flap around the ankle. But I think I'm just going to use the same pattern piece as the pocket flap to keep everything consistent. Does it go around my ankle? Yeah, I think it's good. I'm just gonna recreate the same piece. We are threaded! Okay, now it's about sewing it all together. Oh, I really can't wait to have a pair of cargo pants. So this is a flap. And then I want to add a buttonhole in it, but what buttons to add is the question. The little toggles that I got for the elastic at the waist, because I am gonna do an elastic with toggles rather than the bow ties. I just want it to be like a little bit sporty, but the toggles are silver. So for buttons, I guess silver. Oh, okay, I think I have the perfect button. I have these happy face buttons, and I've been wanting to use them for so long. I think this could be fun. I have silver toggles, but you know, like, I could always switch them at a later date. Like the gold happy face on the pants. It's so cute. Okay, I'm obsessed with this. I'm just gonna finish up the ankle strap, but then the next steps, I'm just gonna do some prep work, like the flaps, just sewing around the sides and the bottom, turn them inside out. And then for all the pockets, since I have 4 pockets, just doing a double turn at the top, giving it a nice top stitch at 1/4 inch to give it a clean finish. Everything is pressed, the pockets and flaps and everything, but as I was pressing it, I kind of realized it's going to be so annoying when I have to wash it and then repress all the flaps and everything to put the seam allowances inside back to where they should be. So I think I'm just going to do this, which is a top stitch around everything at 1/4 inch. You can kind of see on the corner there. This way it just keeps the seam in place, gives it an extra little detail, which I think is kind of nice actually. An extra little detail to add to everything. I ended up putting the pockets all together, and I also serged the edges. So we're gonna soon put the legs together. But I also added the 1/4 top stitch here on the edge of the pocket. Again, keeping the details consistent everywhere, but it's looking so sharp. Like, I love it. And this is the inside so far. I nicely serged the pocket and then both side seams. And I did the same technique as in last week's video. Instead of actually using the awl to make the dart holes, or sorry, the drill holes, I added white thread to each corner of the pocket. So now I'm just gonna add the butt pocket, which is, where do I have them? And just top stitch this on. It should fit, yeah, like this. Like, how much better does this look? And it matches the top of the pocket, right? So much better. Now I'm gonna do the outer side seam so we can decide where the pocket goes. This is where it was marked on the pattern. I think I'm gonna pin it first, then I can see if it's like as low as I want it or not, because I'm really not sure if it's the exact placement. I was just pinning the side pocket on and holding it up, and I don't know if I like it at all. I'm really debating. Let me show you as best I can. Like, not loving it, and the stripes aren't straight, which I think is the main thing that is bothering me. I don't know, I'm just not loving it. Because the pocket situation is like not convincing me, I've been thinking and have a slightly new plan. Let me show you. This is the old pocket that I don't like because it's not technically lined up and just the color is throwing me off. I still have this chunk left, so I want to cut the pocket from like these 3 colors or these 3, something that's more subtle, and then get rid of the pocket flap and just use 2 little gold buttons. I actually have these like tiny little smiley faces. I have 2 sizes of them. So I want to use the small ones on the pocket. And then I make this like, this is only a 1/4 double roll. I want to make it like 1 inch. That way it's a bit thicker of a fabric to put the buttonhole in. And then this is the strap that's going to go around the ankle. And then this is where I'll use the like big smiley face button. As for the toggles, I just decided I'm going to stick with the silver ones. I'm just not convinced about changing them to gold, especially because like trying to match gold is kind of hard. So I'm just going to stay with the ones that we have. Also, the only sewing store in Maastricht is closed today, so I can't even buy any new ones. It's kind of my only option right now. So we're embracing it. And we're going to just do a multi-metallic pant. It's fine. Totally fine. New pockets. Before I'm gonna attach the pockets, I want to make the buttonholes. Oh, the buttonholes on this. It's just a lot easier, of course, before I actually attach the pocket. And on my old machine, I used to sew on my like grandma's old machine, and it was such a manual buttonhole. Like you had to adjust all the sides. But now this one does everything by itself except cut the buttonhole. And all you have to do is you just shove your button in the end here, and it right away measures how big your buttonhole has to be. You just press the pedal and it just does it itself. It's amazing. They're looking good, actually. I'm happy with them. Now to just add the pocket to the pant, and I think I'll be a lot better because the lines are actually straight on these ones. Whew, okay, not gonna lie, these pants are taking a lot longer than I expected them to, but I have a pant leg, and I only did one because I want to test out the strap on the bottom. I think I'm just gonna put it over my pant leg now. My new pants. I'm just gonna open a little hole in the side seam, pop it in, take the measurement so I can just replicate it to the other side, and then we can whip through the rest of the pant. I'm really happy with the decisions to do the pockets like this, but now that I just said that, I just realized I forgot to do it on the side pocket, so that is a bit irritating. I can still get into the pant, so I'm just gonna quickly do that. I always forget, like when I make my flower bags or jackets, I can whip through them so fast, but that's because I make so many of them that all the system and the process is just so ingrained in me. But when I do something new, a new project, it always takes me longer than I think because I'm always changing something, or I'm trying to figure out how I want to sew on the fly. Maybe I need to put more planning into this. Just had the final touches to do, the little elastic with the toggles. I got these like nice kind of beige taupe elastic. And then I got these really cute, like very thin toggles, I guess. I'm not going to do a top stitch on the elastic like they say to do. I know it stops it from rolling inside, but I kind of love how chunky the gather is, so I want to keep that. And then also I just need to add the buttons on the pockets and flaps at the bottom. A few little touches and we're done. And then I'll show you the final result. The pants are finally on. Let me show you the final result. I'm obsessed. The fabric ended up being so much softer on than I realized. It also has a really nice drape to it. The bit of wrinkle makes it a bit more casual, which I'm totally okay with. I love the loops super big. I like the, I don't know, the exaggerated look of it, and it's a bit more sporty. On the butt, you can kind of see that faded line I was talking about, but the pockets do well by covering it. Also love the tiny little usable smiley face buttons. Don't think I'll use this pocket, but it is big and it would hold honestly so much. The ankle strap, it turned out a lot better than I thought. I think it's something I would use a lot with these pants. I mean, both ways I honestly love. I would wear it both ways. I think the only only thing I would change though would be how long they are, because the shoes I'm wearing, it's like totally fine now, but if I want to wear a shorter shoe, they're just gonna get destroyed out in the world. So that's something I'm definitely going to adjust. But other than that, I'm super happy with them. They're super soft. They're a bit thin, so, well, not thin, thinner. So I think for the winter, a bit cold. For the autumn, perfect. Let me know down in the comments below, do you even like them? Would you wear them? Are you gonna make a pair? I'm curious. But I will see you next week. Bye!